Hi, my name's Isaac Shutt. I'm an estate planning attorney. I'm licensed to practice law both in Texas and in Wyoming. In this video, I'll answer a question that we get all the time, and that is, what are the main types of trusts, at least in Texas? Well, let's get right into it. If you break it down, there's really no one-size-fits-all trust. Every trust is a little bit more custom to every single person. But I kind of think of there being two main branches of trust. So you've got revocable trusts and irrevocable trusts. So let's get more specific. With a revocable trust, that's what most people will want. So if you have a friend or a relative that says you should really think about getting a trust, usually what you're talking about is a revocable trust. A revocable trust is the type of trust that really takes the place of a will and kind of deals with the prototypical estate planning, which says who gets what when you pass away. And the reason revocable trusts are so popular is because they have more privacy, they avoid a will probate when you pass away, they're overall less expensive, and I think those are all the reasons that they're very, very popular. So that's a revocable trust. The other main type of trust is an irrevocable trust. Now, I would say our law office probably does 50 revocable trusts to every one irrevocable trust. So revocable trusts are sort of for most people, and almost everyone who has an irrevocable trust has a revocable trust, but not every person with a revocable trust will have an irrevocable trust, right? So revocable trusts are way more common and they serve a lot more people. Irrevocable trusts usually are only for situations where there's some sort of special purpose. So I'll be more specific. Irrevocable trusts are popular when we're dealing with very, very wealthy clients. So people whose estates are well into the millions and have some special tax planning issues that they would like to address with an irrevocable trust. Also, a really common situation where we use an irrevocable trust is when the person has a special needs relative that they would like to give some assets to, like if they're incapacitated or deceased. And if you have a special needs beneficiary, there are special governmental reasons of why you would want to use an irrevocable trust, which we usually call a special needs trust or supplemental needs trust, instead of just using the revocable trust. Another really, really common irrevocable trust is the irrevocable life insurance trust. And in fact, I have another video just about irrevocable life insurance trusts. As you can probably tell from the name, irrevocable life insurance trusts are usually for life insurance where there's a huge payout, and for tax reasons, usually that's why we would have the irrevocable life insurance trust. And last but not least, a lot of our clients are sort of charitable minded, and they want to give money to charity in a way that's really, really tax efficient. And you know, the government has some laws that allow special types of trusts to give money to charities in a really tax beneficial way. So let me just break down how you would typically decide what type of trust you would need, whether that's the typical revocable trust or whether it's some sort of special purpose irrevocable trust. Well, I kind of think of this like a drug ad. You know what I mean? So when you are watching TV, you see all these drug ads you've heard of all of them. And I always think drug ads are really silly. It's not as if you see some drug ad and then go to the doctor's office and say, hey, you know, doctor, here's the solution that I want. I heard about it from TV. I think that's for me. The doctor's going to say, whoa, bud, time out. Why don't you talk to me about what your goals are and what you're trying to achieve, and then let me suggest the solution. I mean, that's what the doctor's office does. And that's kind of the way it should be with your estate planning attorney. In other words, you shouldn't come into our office and say, Isaac, I want this exact kind of trust. I'll go, whoa, time out. Let's talk about you and your family and what your objectives are, because some special purpose trust that might have been great for your neighbor may or may not actually apply for you. So let's have a conversation. And so what we really want is for the client to come into our office sort of as a blank slate. to have some ideas in mind and maybe have some feedback from some friends or relatives, but we really want you to come in as a blank slate. We'll learn about you, we'll learn your preferences, and from that we'll say, hey, what about this type of solution? i.e., what about this kind of trust? And so from there, we can kind of customize things that are perfect for your family and for your situation, and then we'll dial right in on what you would want. I say this because it's not that you're not smart and that you couldn't go to Google and that kind of thing and find out a lot of really helpful information. But I will say in our law office, we've drafted thousands of trusts and we've learned a lot through experience. We've learned what works and what doesn't work. And one thing that's really different from trusts versus wills is that there is no just standard trust. They're very custom to every single person. And so we really kind of need to meet with you to find out what type of irrevocable trust would work well for you, if that's even necessary, or if you just want a revocable trust to basically take the place of a last will and testament, and then we'll customize that for you. So let me just summarize. Revocable trusts are far more common, and most people who think of themselves as normal or having a regular situation are going to find revocable trust the right option. And that typically takes the place of a last will and testament, kind of does the same thing as a last will and testament, but in a better way. Irrevocable trusts are far less common. I would say we do about 1 irrevocable trust to every 50 revocable trusts. And usually we'll only do an irrevocable trust when there's some sort of special purpose that we've heard from the client, and then we'll create an irrevocable trust that's special for that exact situation. I hope you found this video helpful. If we can be of further assistance to you, we'd love to hear from you. Our information is down below.